The history books tell us that in 48 BC, Julius Caesar set fire to the greatest collection of knowledge the world had ever known. They tell us that the Library of Alexandria turned to ash, and with it, the secrets of Greek fire, ancient steam engines, and the maps to lost continents. But the history books are a lie. Deep beneath the city, carved into the bedrock of the Mediterranean coast, sat a chamber known as the occultatum. While the fire raged above, a secret order of librarians, the Custodes Veritatis, were moving the most dangerous scrolls in the world into a vault sealed by a door of solid meteoric iron. They didn't just save books, they saved the whispers, documents rumored to be written by no human hand. Fast forward nearly 2,000 years to the dusty heat of Egypt in 1922. While Howard Carter was uncovering the tomb of Tutankhamun, a disgraced British scholar named Elias Thorne was digging in a place no one else dared to look: the basement of a ruined salt warehouse. Elias wasn't looking for gold, he was looking for the iron door. After months of digging, his shovel hit something that didn't sound like stone. It was a cold, ringing metallic thud. When Elias cleared the dirt, he didn't find a lock. He found a series of concentric brass rings embedded in the iron. It was a cipher. When the door finally groaned open, Elias didn't find dust. He found a miracle. The air inside was perfectly preserved, smelling of cedar and ozone. Thousands of shelves lined the walls, but these weren't ordinary scrolls. He pulled a scroll from a shelf labeled, "At Heavens Before the Moon." As he unrolled it, the ink began to move. The stars drawn on the parchment shifted and pulsed, reflecting the night sky as it appeared 10,000 years ago. He found maps of Mu and Lemuria, continents that geologists claim never existed. He found medical texts that described how to knit bone back together with sound frequencies. But in the center of the room sat a single, heavy tome bound in what looked like shimmering dragon scales. The codex of the first language. Elias realized he couldn't stay. He stuffed the codex into his satchel and fled back to London, but he wasn't alone. A secret society known as the Silent Eye, descendants of the very soldiers who tried to burn the library in 48 BC, had been waiting for the door to be opened. The middle of the story is a high-stakes chase across the 1920s world. From the Orient Express to the snowy peaks of the Alps, Elias is hunted by men who don't use guns, but words of power they've salvaged from fragments of ancient texts. In the climax, Elias realizes that the knowledge in the codex is too powerful for the modern world. It contains the formula for the sun, a way to create energy so vast it could power the world or incinerate it. The Silent Eye corners him. The leader, a man whose face is hidden by a silver mask, offers Elias everything: fame, wealth, and the title of king of the new world. Elias looks at the book, then at the men who would use it to enslave humanity. He does the one thing a librarian should never do. He becomes the fire. The story ends with a mystery. Elias Thorne disappeared that night in the Alps. The book was never recovered. But every few decades, a new invention appears that defies logic: the transistor, the laser, the internet. The whispers are still out there, leaking into our world through the minds of dreamers and inventors. The Library of Alexandria didn't burn. It just went underground, waiting for someone with a clean heart to find the next door. The last time we saw Elias Thorne, he had just unlocked the first secret of the whispers, those ethereal beings bound to his family line. He learned that the whispers were not just guardians, but conduits of ancient knowledge, a living library of forgotten lore. But with that discovery came a chilling revelation. A shadowy organization known as the Silent Hand was hunting them, seeking to sever the connection and claim the power for themselves. Now, weeks have passed. Elias has grown more adept at communicating with the whispers. It's no longer just fleeting images or cryptic words. He can now hold sustained conversations, delving deeper into their collective memory. He spends his days in the dusty, sun-drenched library of Thorne Manor, surrounded by books that suddenly seem inadequate. The true history isn't written in ink, it's woven into the very fabric of the whisper's existence. One evening, while tracing the lineage of the Thorne family, a whisper named Lyra shows him a vision. It's not of the past, but a place, a hidden chamber beneath the manor, one that doesn't appear on any blueprint. Elias's heart pounds. He knows this is the next step. Following Lyra's guidance, a soft hum that resonates in his bones, he finds a loose stone behind a bookshelf in the oldest part of the library. With a grunt, he pushes it aside, revealing a dark, narrow passage. The air that wafts out is ancient, smelling of damp earth and something else. something electric. With a torch in hand, he descends. The passage opens into a circular chamber. In the center stands a pedestal, and upon it rests not a book or a scroll, but a crystal astroflare, a gem thought to exist only in legends. It pulses with a soft, internal light, mirroring the ebb and flow of the whispers around him. As his fingers graze its smooth surface, the chamber floods with light. The walls, which he thought were bare stone, are now covered in glowing glyphs. It's a star chart, but not a vanny sky he recognizes. Lyra's voice fills his mind, clearer than ever before. This is not just a map of stars, Elias. It is a map of connections, of ley lines that crisscross the globe. Thorne Manor is but one nexus. The whispers are bound to these places. Suddenly, a new understanding dawns on him. The Silent Hand isn't just after the whispers themselves, they're after the network. If they could control these nexus points, they could control the flow of ancient energy across the world. But before he can process the sheer scale of this threat, another whisper, a stern, ancient one named Kale, shows him something else. A vision of a man in a dark cloak, standing atop another nexus point high in a snow-capped mountain range. The man performs a ritual, and the light from that point on the map flickers and dies. The connection to a whole chorus of whispers is severed in an instant. The loss is a physical blow, a void that echoes in Elias's soul. Kel's voice is grim. The Silent Hand is not just hunting, they are succeeding. They are extinguishing the lights, one by one. The weight of his legacy settles upon Elias's shoulders, heavier than ever. He is no longer just a keeper of secrets, he's a defender of a world hidden in plain sight. He looks at the astroflare, then at the sprawling map on the wall. His journey has just begun. He must now leave the safety of his home, not just to understand the past, but to race against the encroaching darkness and protect the future of the whispers. His first destination, the fading light in those distant mountains. Thank you for watching this chapter in the saga of Elias Thorne. What do you think he'll find in the mountains? Let me know in the comments below. And if you don't want to miss what happens next, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. We'll see you in the next one.